Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your BFF Snowy Oreo663 here, right now, and I'm joined with my brother Kyle, aka Moody Blues 27, and we are now reviewing the shit movies of Disney.
You can't have her, Yogi. She's underage. No, she's not. On Wikipedia, it says she's in her 20s. Boo-boo.
We got a few to go, and we are kicking off the list, as Watch Mojo sometimes says, with Fun and Fancy Free. This is another wartime film, so it's just a collection of two shorts intercut with Jiminy Cricket for some reason. The first short is about Bongo the bear, and the second short is Mickey and the Beanstalk, and it's intercut with a man with ventriloquist puppets talking to children, and it's really weird. I could just say that I watched this one a lot as a kid, but I just rewound the Bongo part. I didn't actually watch anything past Bongo. Bongo is just a circus bear that escapes and goes in the wild and gets horny. That's basically the story.
Yeah.
Bongo spends about 15 minutes just d***ing around in the woods before he actually meets the lady bear. He finds this lady bear, and everything's going great, and then she slaps him across the face, and he's like, well, why the f*** you do that, bitch? What the hell's the matter with you? And then they go into a song, after she ends up slapping one of the bad villain bears on accident, that female bears show their love with a slap. Because that's a good lesson to show to kids. If a woman likes you, it's because she slapped you.
As a person who's the first time watching this, I was bored out of my mind. Bongo was fine. It was just okay, but Mickey and the Beanstalk was one of the worst things we've had to sit through besides Johnny and the Appleseed.
Yes.
Because the ventriloquist was scary and they were just not funny. They tried a lot of jokes, but they never landed. It's just Jack and the Beanstalk all over again, but with Mickey and Goofy and Donald. Does Donald even talk?
Yeah. He had like one good line, and it was just him screaming.
Well, that's
Take notes, Melody Time. You gotta make him scream to make it funny.
That's why it's higher than Melody Time.
Exactly.
Donald talks. I mean, there's really not a lot to talk about Mickey and the Beanstalk. It's kind of boring.
It's just the Jack and the Beanstalk story. The only thing of note is that the giant can shapeshift, but they don't do anything with it.
Puss in Boots does it better.
Yeah, Puss in Boots does it better. My favorite character was Bongo, though.
Mine was also Bongo.
Favorite song was the Fun and Fancy Free song Jiminy Cricket sang at the beginning.
I don't like Jiminy Cricket.
Do you English?
My favorite song was Slap, and I don't have a favorite scene. So.
My favorite scene was Slap, just because I was like, what the f*** is going on?
Oh, another slow one.
Yeah, you been?
Should we skip the slow one?
No.
I want to do the clap.
Okay, go ahead.
3, 2, 1, iCarly.
Okay, I'm putting that in. I'm leaving that in. Make Mine Music, yet another wartime film where it's basically the exact same thing as Melody Time, just a collection of shorts, but this one is slightly better. And by slightly, I mean slightly.
I mean a half star slightly.
This is also one that's not available on Disney Plus for some reason. We had to watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. I do gotta say, watching on YouTube probably made it worse. But
probably, because the quality was just terrible.
But then again, I don't think it was really going anywhere.
Yeah. Basically, it's just another collection. There's only 2 shorts of note, because everything else was just ass. The first short is called The Martins and the Coys, and it's basically about these two families that are feuding with each other. And then everyone gets killed except for one girl and one boy on either side, and they fall in love, and it's like, oh, the endings like of this feud is happening, all their ancestors are mad up in heaven, and then the couple starts fighting each other.
So great. That one was genuinely
funny.
good, but then there was one that I think it was the next one right after that one. I don't remember the name, but it looked cool, but it was boring.
Yeah, a lot of them are just like slow songs of like panning across stuff and just nothing happening. Yeah, I could say that the last one was okay. It went on way too long. The whale one. It's basically about this whale that can sing in different like tones of opera.
Why did the whale die?
We're not there yet at the story. Jeez. He basically...
Spoiler warning for a almost 100-year-old movie. Oh, I'm sorry.
So basically, it's this whale that can sing opera, and he gets found by the ship captain. The ship captain fantasizes about taking him around the world and showing him off. And then he decides to kill him. And he dies. And then it shows him singing concert in heaven. The song goes on for like 10 minutes, so it's way too long. It could have been cut in half. But it was kind of like a bro, what moment. So, like, that's the only thing I could say was good. That and Martins and the Coys. But keep in mind, this is the first and the last short. And everything else in between is just terrible.
There were like 6 shorts in between.
Yeah, and they looked cool. The animation was nice, but, like, I was bored. If I wanted to watch a bunch of short films, I just watched Mickey short films because they're funny.
I would honestly just watch Phineas and Ferb.
Benny the Platypus! My favorite character was Henry Coy. That was the male of the couple.
Mine was the female of the couple.
Okay. My favorite song was Martins and the Coys.
Mine was the Cats one, the one I was talking about earlier that looks great, but...
doesn't do anything.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah. And my favorite scene was the Martins and the Coy.
Mine was Dormammu.
That's not even in this movie.
Yeah, whenever he turns into, like, the whale turns into the red thing, and... Did we say Dormammu?
He looks like the devil, but you just call him Dormammu.
Dormammu have come to play 8-ball. Those aren't clarinets. There's no brass clarinet.
Not with that attitude.
This next movie on our list is a very hot take, but we both agree on it, so screw your opinion. We went into this like, oh, this movie's told to be great and magnificent and a masterpiece. It was 2.5 hours of us asking to go to the bathroom and eating microwave chicken. Fantasia is a overly overhyped movie. It's just 2.5 hours of pretty animation, decent songs, but they don't really mix.
Yeah.
Like, the animation's great, the music's okay. It's mostly just music that already existed. Like, I remember they do Nutcracker music.
Yeah.
And there's an intermission.
There's literally an intermission where the players who play the instruments get up and walk out. They close the curtains, and then it opens back up, and they slowly walk in, tune their instruments, and continue.
And now we'll have a 15-minute intermission.
Kyle waited till after the intermission was over to go to the bathroom.
Because the intermission was the most exciting part. Besides Dormammu at the end.
Yeah, okay. So, basically, there's a bunch of the
it.
shorts, and there's, like, every single short has its highlight. There's, like, about 2 minutes of each short is absolutely fantastic. And I would say...
each short is, like, 15 minutes.
Each short is 15 minutes, but only 2 minutes are worth anything, because the rest of it is just slow panning across just landscapes. And there's just really quiet music playing. Like, the thing is, I could totally get if you like this film. This is very, like, it's an artistic movie. So if this is your thing, then that's great. But to me, I prioritize story over look. So the only one I really liked was, I did like the last one, Night on Bald Mountain. The first half, because it went on too long.
Yeah.
And I did like Sorcerer's Apprentice, because it actually had a cohesive story.
Oh, I got a good story later in this reviews.
I did not like the horny centaurs. That was very uncomfortable.
The dinosaurs were cool.
The dinosaurs...
There was one good scene.
They did kill a Stegosaurus
They
pretty
literally
aggressively.
had murder. And
they got
his,
like, neck ripped in half and shit. Yeah, there was a bunch of different shorts. There was the centaurs, the dinosaurs, the just flowers and stuff. There was the hippo dancing.
There was Dormammu.
Yeah, the last one is Night on Bald Mountain, where it's got, like, the Disney's interpretation of the devil, and it's actually got a naked lady in it. Like, that's kind of extreme.
We were still looking for it.
I don't even like women, and I was actively looking for the naked lady because I was so bored. But Night on Bald Mountain, that's, like, the best score. That's so good. The visuals are great, and then it just, after the devil does his thing, then it just fades away to, like, religious people walking for, like, 5 minutes, and it's really boring. So...
Hail
it's
Satan
like,
is basically what we're saying.
Yeah. I'm not gonna put that on there. Yeah, so it was shit, but if you like it, good for you. Everything below that we talked about, if you like it, you're wrong. But
yeah,
this movie, if you like it, good
Besides
for you.
Besides Chicken Little, I can understand.
Ironically enjoy it.
Ironically. It's like Shark Tale.
Yes. If you unironically enjoy it, you're wrong. Now, Fantasia, if you like it, good for you. We don't. My favorite character was Chernabog the Devil.
Mine was Mickey.
From Sorcerer's Apprentice, yeah. And my favorite song and scene was both Night on Bald Mountain.
Mine was Nutcracker, just because I like Nutcracker music.
Yes.
Oh.
Oh.
We got a massive downgrade.
3, 2, 1. No, you have to do it separately. 101 Dalmatians. The animation was ass!
This is the first movie we watched that I was really connected to. 101 Dalmatians I remember as a masterpiece of a movie.
Zoe.
Yeah, that happens a lot in the movie.
Zoe.
This happens a lot.
Zoe, stop barking.
This is the movie.
Oh, yeah,
okay, let's start at the beginning. The beginning first 10 minutes are pretty good.
Although the animation is very terrible. Because this came right after Sleeping Beauty, and that movie is gorgeous. This movie looks like it was made with the budget of a paperclip.
The first 10 minutes are wholesome.
It's them falling in love, the dogs and the humans. It's actually really cute. It just tanks right after that.
Yeah, this is like the reverse of a roller coaster. You stop at the top and you end at the bottom.
Yeah. Everyone remembers Cruella de Vil. She's known as one of the best Disney villains, and she's got her own movie now, and she's in it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And all she does is like, beat the puppies to death! Go do it!
Skin the puppies! I will kill however many puppies it takes to make my jackets.
This movie just didn't do anything. It was just the dogs being sad and existing, and there was a cat, Sergeant Tibbs, I think, who was really nice.
There was a horse. Apparently dogs, cats, and horses can all communicate together.
I guess the puppies get taken, and then they get home, and
nothing
they
really
decide
happens.
to keep all 101 dogs.
In their tiny apartment.
In their tiny-ass apartment when they were already saying they were struggling with money.
I don't care what anyone says, the Cruella song still smacks.
The Cruella song is good. Cruella is not in it enough, but she's still the best character.
By far.
By far.
Who would be second?
Sergeant Tibbs. He's the real MVP.
He's the real villain of this movie.
What about the fat dog? The fat dog, every single time he opened his mouth, he's like, "Oh, I want food. I'm fat." That's like all.
Yeah,
that was all of his.
It was so annoying.
He did 2 of the fat jokes within a minute. If you remember this movie fondly, don't watch it again. Keep the good memories and just don't watch it again.
I literally, on my paper, I put depression.
My favorite character was Cruella de Vil.
Mine was Cruella.
And the favorite song was Cruella, because that was the only song in the movie.
Yeah.
And my favorite scene was the opening romance.
And that was mine as well.
Great.
I had this movie on VHS.
You see, children.
Kyle.
Yes.
This is a fabulous movie.
Clap
3, 2,
on.
1.
Clap off.
So,
Anyways, back on the call.
The Rescuers was a movie that we had never seen, and we didn't miss much. We literally just saw this movie, and I don't remember anything about it. There was some lady who was a ripoff of Cruella de Vil who kidnapped a child and wanted her to get a diamond, and they decide, and the Society of Mice decide to send a Hungarian mouse with a French accent and a janitor to save her. The girl that they're trying to rescue is so annoying. She sounds like she's inhaling her lip as she's speaking.
But they're just the same, making things turn out right.
The thing that sucks about this movie mostly is that there's no score. Like, usually there's, like, background music and a lot of scenes to, like, help drive the emotions. Like, it's big trumpets or violins and stuff. Like, it's just empty. There's no noise.
The only place there's noise is whenever they're at the jail place or the zoo for, like, 2 seconds.
At the zoo, he goes in and he sees something scary and then he runs away and we never actually see what it is.
Yeah.
And the lady mouse, who's the Hungarian person with the French accent, is so horny for this janitor. She's like, ooh, I want to bring this janitor with me. He looks very nice. And then she just flirts with him the rest of the movie, and he's like, I don't even know you.
The leader of the mice is like, you must choose someone who has great power to bring with you.
The one
looks over everyone. USA could be pretty good. Nah, I want that janitor with the mop.
And they let him go. They fly on the back of a albatross for some reason. I don't know.
Don't look at me.
Evan Rude was a dragonfly who didn't speak, and he was
the best part of the movie.
He was the MVP. He helped them when no one else could, and I am still angry that he wasn't in the sequel, which we'll get to soon. He was the best character, and how dare anyone say otherwise? My favorite character was Evan Rude, and your favorite character was...
Evan Rude.
I didn't like any of the songs.
Evan Rude.
And, I didn't even put a favorite scene, because I couldn't pick one.
Yeah, everything for me is just... My paper just says Evan Rude everywhere.
I want to be a warrior. I'll be Britain's greatest warrior. I want to be a real boy.
How did we go from Fox and the Hound to Black Cauldron, Liz?
I don't know. So basically, The Black Cauldron is one of Disney's darkest films, and it lost to the Care Bears 2 weeks in a row at the box office. It's based on a book series, I've been told, and John Hurt plays the villain, which we both can agree, the villain is the best part of the movie. He's done very well, he's very scary. Everything else sucks. The animation is kind of shit. The backgrounds look fine. All the characters suck. The main character, Taran, is just a whiny bitch.
Is this to be my life? Pampering a pig? I'm a warrior.
The princess, who's got no reason to be a princess, is a whiny bitch. And there's a character who, I don't remember his name, so we just call him Pickles.
I shall sing of your dastardly deed. I'm Fluna Flam!
He doesn't do anything in the movie. And then Kyle, there is Gurgi, the single most annoying Disney character known to man, who constantly sounds like Stitch is choking on Gollum.
Ooh, great dead poor starving Googie munchings and crunching. Nice apple. Oh boy, what a juicy apple. Googie not know where they are. Uh-oh. Googie is so happy to talk about the Black Cauldron.
Imagine that for an hour and a half.
Apple.
Googie not over there.
God, I hate Gurgi.
Gurgi has no reason to exist. He's just an annoying little piece of Mark Twain's pubes, I guess. I don't know. That's the first thing that came to my head.
Mark Twain's pubes. You serious?
That's the first thing that came to my head. The only good thing in this movie, I can say, is that basically they have to destroy this Black Cauldron to stop the Horned King from raising the army of the dead. Mm-hmm. And the only way to do that is to have someone willingly sacrifice themselves by killing themselves and putting their body in the cauldron.
Wait! No!
Gurgi kills himself.
I don't give a shit about this movie.
He literally just jumps in, and I was so happy. We were, like, cheering. The thing is, he comes back. Pickles decides to do the only thing in the movie and wish for him to come back.
I love Pickles.
I hate Pickles. No one can act.
Alone way.
No one can act
Oh, no.
I'm Princess Alonwe. Uh-oh, we're all gonna be in trouble.
There's a lot of random bullshit that happens. The thing that bothers me the most about this movie is that I can see the potential it had. There was 12 minutes cut from it because it was considered too dark. Even though I don't think those 12 minutes could have saved it, I really want Disney to retry this one. This is one that I would be okay with a live-action remake, as long as they remove Gurgi. I will keep Pickles, just get rid of Gurgi.
And remove the pig.
Oh, the pig's important to the plot, though.
No, screw the pig.
The pig can shove its face in water and see visions.
Have it be a human. Like, no
Takes
pig.
the bowl of water.
Exactly. Make him do the ice bucket challenge.
So you did not like this movie.
My favorite character was the Horn King.
Same.
There was no songs, and my favorite scene was the Black Cauldron reviving the dead.
Mine was never Gurgi killed himself. Hola, soy Dora. Can you find the plot?
The Aristocats was a movie I was very nostalgic for because I watched a lot on VHS, but it's crap.
Moving on.
No, the plot of it is so ridiculous. This was the first movie made without Walt Disney's input after he passed away. And basically the story is there's this rich lady who's got no kids, but she loves her cats. So she decides to give all of her money to the fucking cats. And then afterwards, she'll give it to her butler. And the butler's like, oh, that's bullshit. So he gets rid of the cats. He just dumps them on the side of the road. And like, oh no. Whatever will we do?
Oh no, I'm shivering in my Timbs.
It's like the only time I actually legitimately agree with the villain. It's the guy voiced was Winnie the Pooh. He plays the mouse and he does nothing. He doesn't even need to be
He's the best character in the movie.
No, he's not. None of the kittens can sing. They literally have a song where they all sing together.
Arpeggios.
Yeah, they sound like death.
Bring the music ringing from your chest and not your nose. If you're faithful to your daily practicing.
Sound like Gurgi on crack.
The lady who plays the main cat, Duchess, is the same one who plays the horny mouse in Rescuers. So she was only in the shit Disney movies. I feel bad because she's actually a really good singer, and she did fine in both movies. Thomas O'Malley is the best. He's the love interest of the film. He's played by Phil Harris, who's also Baloo and Little John, and he's really cool in the way that like he shows up, he sees this cat, and then he starts singing to her and dropping rose petals on her, and then he finds out she's got kids, and he's like, okay, I'll still take you back home. No problem. That's cool. And he saves the kittens a bunch of times. And he literally wants to stay with her because he's like, I love you and the kids need a dad. Like, that's sweet. That's actually sweet. He's done well. I like his crew where they sing Everybody Wants to Be a Cat.
Fortune cookie, always wrong.
There is a racist part in the film where a Siamese cat plays the piano with chopsticks and he says fortune cookie, always wrong, and Shanghai, Hong Kong, egg foo young. Please stop. It's basically a nothing movie. The animation is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
You can't really get mad at it. It's definitely one of the worst, but you can't get angry. There's nothing to get angry about. I found the kittens cute, so I do like their names. Although Marie, which is the little white kitten that's advertised everywhere, she's an asshole.
I like the orange and black one, but the white one is just ass.
I don't remember which one's which, but it's Berlioz and Toulouse.
Arpeggios. Plus, how the f did she get a black and orange cat if she's white?
Yeah, and she's a pedigree cat, so like, who's the dad?
Who is
Where
Thomas
is-
the dad?
No.
Film theory?
Where is dad?
Where dad? Okay.
And I guess the only other thing I can say is that I still find it cute. Okay.
We still have 30 minutes.
I'm gonna go get a brownie after this.
So this is the last 2D animated film that Disney made. It's a sequel to Winnie the Pooh, and by sequel I just mean it's another Winnie the Pooh movie. Owl's voice actor was shit.
Spot on, Piglet! Do be a helpful little swine and get us out of here!
The movie was 53 minutes long, and it's Winnie the Pooh. You can't really get mad.
Yeah, the thing about this movie is it's so low, but like
it's meant for babies. It's not
like we can't say negative things. We have negative things down, but
Yeah.
we can't say them out loud.
Yeah, it's basically like the original Winnie the Pooh. I think some adults could still watch it, even though it's definitely meant for younger kids.
Yeah.
This one is definitely for babies. It's
Yeah.
the first one was toddlers. This one's babies.
Yeah.
They basically the whole entire plot. Like the first one's an anthology film, or it's just a bunch of different adventures with them. This one all centers around every single character coming across a note from Christopher Robin that says, "I'll be back soon." And since he can't spell back soon, it looks like Baxen, and they think he's been kidnapped by the Baxen. So they try to hunt down the Baxen for 50 minutes.
Yeah,
They get stuck in a hole for a while, and it's kind of funny because Owl gets stuck in the hole and he flies out of the hole to help Piglet tie knots together, and then he flies back in and no one addresses it. That's kind of funny.
Tie them together, Piglet. Can you tie a knot?
I cannot.
Ah, so you cannot.
No, I cannot not.
Not?
Who's there?
Pooh?
Pooh who?
No!
Literally on my paper, I just put I don't know for everything because you can't be mad at a movie about Winnie the Pooh. So like,
It's just kind of nothing. I really did not like Owl's voice
I don't
actor.
like Owl. I didn't like Rabbit. Eeyore was fine. Tigger was much better than the first one. Pooh was still Pooh. Piglet was still Piglet. Roo and Kanga and Roo barely show up.
No.
Even though they literally have the best names out of the whole series. Because the mom is Kanga, the baby's Roo. Like, come on.
Piglet's not even funny.
And Piglet's hilarious in the first one, which
Yeah.
we'll get to soon.
My favorite character was Eeyore, because he's depressed.
I
like a
put
geek.
I don't know.
My favorite song was the Baxen, because at least it was kind of cute.
Mine was the Winnie the Pooh song in the intro.
And
And
my
that's it.
favorite scene was when they were trapped in a hole, because it was kind of funny.
And I put I don't know.
Off.
And then this shit.
Frozen 2 is a sequel to the, of course, first Frozen, and it's currently the biggest profitable animated film. I don't like it, but let me just say the good things. It's pretty. There are at least 3 good songs. Kristoff does a boy band ballad, and that's fantastic. Yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
So this movie is my personal bottom of the list, number 60. That's why we're not using my list. This movie just is nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing here. There's so many holes. It looks like I'm staring at a thing of Swiss cheese. That's how much holes is in this movie. Because there's so much unexplained everything that happens. And everything just happens all at once, and then you're like, what the hell happened? You will see my paper on this, hopefully. And Liz, you have to show this.
I will.
But it is just, this is the most I've scribbled on a paper, even more than Make Mine, or fucking
Melody
Time. It's just bad. It's pretty looking, it has decent songs, but everything else about the movie's ass. They get the guy from the first movie, what's his name?
Oaken.
Yeah, they get him. He shows up, says one line, never
doesn't
shows
say
up again.
He doesn't even go hoo-hoo.
He doesn't?
He does not go hoo-hoo.
That gets it lower in my...
At least the trolls don't sing.
The trolls show up again. They're important to the plot this time.
Really not.
Not really, but they tell him you must go on an epic quest to find thy
To find
heart.
what's calling you.
So they go to the woods and they're like, ooh, Among Us woods. Nothing really happens in the woods. They walk through it and Wind shows up as a spirit. There's spirits, and apparently Ice is the fifth spirit. Why is Ice the fifth spirit?
Anna? Elsa? Sven? Samantha?
Samantha.
Samantha shows up. Olaf dies, and Anna makes a sad scene about Olaf dying and not losing her sister. She cares more about this snowman than her sister that she's been with for... How the fuck old is Anna?
I think it's like...
Fuck you.
It was 18 in the first one.
Fuck you.
Okay.
Fuck me in the ass. Kristoff's song is good. That's the best part of the movie.
Can I continue?
No, fuck you. Fuck this movie. Okay, I'm done.
So basically, Elsa's done better in this one, in my opinion, but every other character from the first film, they just take their personalities and just give them one thing. Anna is, I must protect Elsa, and that's it. Kristoff is, I must propose to Anna, and that's it. Olaf is, I'm annoying, and that's it.
Water has memory. Did you know water has memory?
Did you know turtles could breathe through their butts? Like, you're not funny. In the first one, you were funny. This one, he's like screaming. He has a song that doesn't matter. Like, the first song is ass. The second song is good. The third song is ass. Like, there's a couple good characters. Like, my favorite character was a guy named Matthias. He's like a soldier for Arendelle, and he looked really interesting, but he's got like 4 minutes of screen time in a 2-hour movie.
And then Stan's no threat to stop Anna from destroying the bridge, even though that was his one mission. That was the only reason he was in there.
The whole ending is just the biggest fuck you. So basically, Elsa and Anna's grandfather tried to kill this guy, the leader of like the forest spirits, and they built the dam to try to like make their world more hard. I don't know, but basically Anna decides that in order to fix everything that's going on, they have to destroy the dam. But the dam will destroy Arendelle when all the water comes through, and everyone's out of Arendelle, by the way. And that's actually pretty ballsy. That's done well. But she breaks the dam, and then Elsa freaking rides on the goddamn water spirit and stops it, so nothing happens.
Even though it's shown that Elsa's dead. She's
Elsa froze to death. Why did she freeze if she's made of ice?
You see what I mean by this is like looking at a thing of Swiss cheese. There's so many and then there's so much unexplained shit that happens, and then they never refer to it again.
It's almost like Frozen was a self-contained story and had nowhere else to go. I gained a new appreciation for the first Frozen.
I gained a new appreciation for Brother Bear.
And if you like it, you're wrong, but good for you.
Fuck you if you like it.